African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU Armed Forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 4th of August, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of troops defeated the personnel and equipment of the 42nd Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the 36th Marine Brigade, the 106th and 129th Terrestrial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Staritsa, Volchansk, Kharkov region, Myropoli, and Vostok Sumskaya areas. 2 counterattacks of enemy assault groups were repelled. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to up to 190 military personnel, 2 armored combat vehicles, and 6 pickup trucks. During the counter-battery fight, the following were hit: 2 155mm M777 howitzers made in the USA, a 152mm Akatsiya self-propelled artillery mount, 2 152mm D20 howitzers, 2 122mm D30 howitzers, a TCI electronic warfare station, and a radar station counter-battery and /TPQ-36 made in the USA. The Ukrainian Armed Forces ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the West Group of troops occupied more advantageous lines and positions. The formations of the 107th, 112th, 114th, and 116th Defense Brigades were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Sumskaya, Tabivka, Glushkovka in the Kharkov region, and Makivka in the Lugansk People's Republic. A counterattack by the assault group of the 54th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was repelled. The enemy lost up to 490 troops, 3 tanks, including 2 German-made Leopards, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 US-made M113 armored personnel carriers, and 8 vehicles. In addition, during the counter-battery fight, the following were hit: 2 155mm M777 howitzers made in the USA, 2 155mm M198 howitzers made in the USA, a 152mm D20 gun, 3 122mm D30 howitzers, a 105mm L gun 119 manufactured in Great Britain, 2 electronic warfare stations, Noda and Bukov LED. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of troops improved the tactical situation, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 53rd, 54th, and 100th Mechanized, 81st Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 117th Air Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kalinovo, Krasnogorovka, Seversk, and Serebryanka of the Donetsk People's Republic. A counterattack by the assault group of the 5th Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was repelled. The enemy lost up to 690 military personnel, 3 vehicles, a 155mm Paladin self-propelled artillery mount made in the USA, a 155mm FH-70 howitzer made in Great Britain, 2 152mm D20 guns, a 152mm Giant B cannon, 105mm M109 gun made in the USA. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed within 24 hours. Units of the Center Group of troops, as a result of active actions, liberated the settlement of Novosolovka Pravaya, Donetsk People's Republic. The formations of the 31st, 32nd Mechanized, 1st Tank, 95th Air Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and the 109th Terrorist Defense Brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Vozdvizhenka, Toretsk, Nikolaevka, Druzhba, and Rozovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. A counterattack by the assault group of the Light Assault Brigade of the National Police of Ukraine was repelled. Enemy losses per day amounted to up to 365 military personnel, a tank, 2 US-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 11 vehicles, a 152mm D20 gun, 3 122mm D30 howitzers, a 105mm US-made M119 gun, a 100mm anti-tank gun wrapper, the counter-battery complex ZU, and the electronic warfare station Enclave. A missile and artillery weapons warehouse was destroyed. Units of the Vostok group of troops occupied more advantageous positions, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 78th Mechanized, 58th Motorized Infantry, 1st Tank Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 128th Terrestrial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Oguntoye, Zolote and Niva, and Storozhevoy Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 95 military personnel, a tank, 3 vehicles, 2 Polish-made 155mm Crab self-propelled artillery mounts, a British-made 155mm FH-70 howitzer, a 100mm Rapier anti-tank gun, and a Bukovel AD electronic warfare station. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Dnepr group of troops defeated the formations of the 103rd and 108th Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Belogori, Zaporozhye region, and Kozatskoye, Kherson region. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to up to 75 military personnel, 7 vehicles, a 152mm D20 gun, a 152mm Stubby howitzer, and an Enclave electronic warfare station. 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. During the day, operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation hit the N/MPQ-65 radar station of the US-made Patriot anti-aircraft missile system, a fuel warehouse, a storage warehouse for unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as accumulations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 146 areas. Air defense systems shot down a Su-27 aircraft of the Ukrainian Air Force, 13 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems, a Vampire missile, and 162 unmanned aerial vehicles, of which 82 were outside the zone of a special military operation. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 633 aircraft, 278 helicopters, 29,141 unmanned aerial vehicles, 561 anti-aircraft missile systems, 16,764 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,395 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 12,813 field artillery guns and mortars, 24,354 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.